Hola, comadres. I am doing what I can day by day to get better from this ridiculous respiratory virus that I've had, and still coughing. Been using an inhaler, living on cough drops and cough medicine, and life continues. Sometimes you just have to stop and cough, and hey, that's the deal. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving and y'all got to see some of the people that you wanted to spend time with, and that you were able to set boundaries with the ones that were pushing you in the wrong direction. What I'm thinking about today on the Pep Talk is how to strengthen our support system. Next week, I'm going to be doing a talk on Project Poderosa, God willing. I have had to postpone twice because of health issues, but I've just been thinking about my support system has to start with me. It has to start in here where I'm going to be able to stop and say, yeah, basta, that's enough. I can't do any more. I have so much history in life of pushing on past limitations and barriers, and I have not done favors to myself. So I've been looking at how I can be my own best support system. And one of the things is to listen to my body, listen to my mind, listen to my spirit, and realize that it's okay for me to claim some real estate for myself, for me to claim some time for myself, and that the world will go on. If I promise to do something or committed and can't keep that commitment, the world will go on. People in my life value me, they want me to be around, and so if I have to take some time and do some things, some investigating, I guess, of what's going on. I have had, several medical tests lately, and there's some other ones coming. And, I consider myself blessed and fortunate to be where I am at this point in life. And if there's some things I need to make changes on, then I'm going to be part of my own support system. We have to have that internal protective, mode activated. And sometimes, especially as mothers and women, we don't, because what's activated in us is protect others, take care of others, meet expectations. And so it almost takes a shutdown for us to look at and realize what our limitations are. I appreciate y'all have been patient. I've sent some replay pep talks. I've sent some different things, and I haven't been able to do Zoom for a couple of weeks, and I really miss everybody. And I've been thinking about all of you and appreciate your thoughts and your support. There's different seasons in life, and the season of overdoing and overachieving, sometimes I don't have the same level of power that I did. And so that's one of the things. And the way I can be my best support system is you need to stop. You need to rest. That's not going to get done today and maybe not tomorrow. And the world will not end. I've seen the ability to strengthen my support system by being willing to accept help, by being willing to let go of some things that I thought had to be done, and by allowing other people to be as kind and caring to me as I try to be to them. And, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Like, no, I got it. I'll do it. Like, I'm the person that went to have a hysterectomy, by themselves. My children were college, high school age at the time, and, they went for a while. And they were there at the hospital, and I was more worried about them being stuck at the hospital all day than I was about myself. I'm like, y'all go home, it's okay. And I remember them saying, you're gonna have this morphine pump, and you press that when you feel pain, and it won't give you too much, it'll give you the right amount. Well, and I didn't sleep all night. I felt horrible and terrible and hideous, and you can imagine, any kind of medical procedure can knock you out. And, a hysterectomy was like unexpected, unplanned. I don't want to give y'all too much information, but I was like, I can do this myself. In the morning, they came around and they were checking the IV and they were doing all this stuff. And they had gone in there in the evening, in the night, the nurses to check on me and stuff. But I was there by myself. And I thought to myself, they never gave me that button. They never gave me that button. They never told me. It never, I never took the pain medication. And the nurse said, well, it was right here next to you all along. Is right here, clipped to your, it's clipped to the sheet. And I was like, I was totally unaware and unable to even recognize that help was right next to me, because I'm like, I got this. I can do this. Y'all can go home. Don't worry about me. And, a number of years later, I was talking to a friend. Her daughter was in a bad car accident. And she was saying how she was glad they let her spend the night at the hospital so she could be watching out for her daughter and pressing the pain medicine pump when, they said, well, you can't overdose yourself. She goes, she wouldn't have even been aware. And I'm like, well, duh, this is you, Kathy. You were totally unaware. So there was a support system right next to you that you were unable to access because you're like, I got this. I can do this myself. And yeah, my whole life, I've done a lot of things on my own. But there is help and there is support and there are people that want to be a part of our support system. Sometimes the hardest part is we ask for help. We come out of that frightening place where we're going to be vulnerable and we're going to ask for help, and the person says no. And that just sets us back, I don't know how many years in our perception of our worth. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to have anyone go out of their way. I don't want to cause anyone an inconvenience. I don't want any, this is like the people-pleasing, trauma-based, whatever of my history. And some of you may relate to this, that, if we've been given the evaluation, I guess, by teachers, by peers, by family members, like you're too much and you go overboard and you're this and you're that, we try to be less. I know myself, I have tried to be less than I am, and whether that's less, whatever. I heard a lot of you're too much, and maybe one of the unspoken things in there is you're too much trouble. When I think, well, it'll be too much trouble. Like my BFF, Cheryl, my comadre, she wanted to take me to a medical appointment. And I was like, well, I can drive there and I can go there and I can park there and I can find it. She's like, why won't you let me help you? I know you don't feel well. And it was like hard for me. It was hard for me, but I really appreciate and value that, because it's like that button that was right next to me all night long that I wasn't even aware that it was available to me. So I think that's the beauty of having comadres. That's the beauty of connecting and realizing that there are people that want to be helpful and supportive. And if we tried somebody and they weren't the one, don't give up. Not everyone is going to be your person. Sometimes people expect you to be there for them, but they do not have the capacity to be there for you. Find somebody who does. And most of all, love and accept yourself, how you are in the present moment. And quit feeling bad. Like, I'm here. This is the me I brought today. And whatever capacity I have is the capacity I will share. But I'm going to be my own support system, and I'm going to pay attention to the early warning signals. I've been talking for 9 minutes. I realize that I'm about to start coughing. And so I just want to say thank you, comadres, for being a part of my support system. And keep reaching out. Keep reaching out and keep connecting with yourself. Because the more we can know and value ourselves, the greater our life will be. Love you, comadres. See you soon.